Coming back at you next week, Monday night at 11. Yes, we do it again for you.
I know they sick. You won't give me medicine. I got on you. You want to be my way. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. I love you. Oh, I'm a winner. I'm a winner. Just believe that I'm a winner. I said just believe. I'll never do it like you do it. Just believe I'ma do it, do it. Yeah. Let me do it like I do it, how I do it. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself.
Cash in your coins today with Coin Exchange at select Bill Express locations island-wide. No need for counting or sorting, and it's free. For location details, visit gkmsonline.com and click Coin Collection or call 888-555-5555.
True Color Events present Boogie Down, Girls Town. Best of the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Saturday, August 19 at Waves Beach, The Grill. 2,000 pre-sold, 3,000 at the gate. 5,000 VIP mixed drinks inclusive. Ladies, 2 for 1 before 9 p.m. Boogie Down, August 19, Waves Beach, The Grill.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is the Entertainment Buzz.
hear me told ya.
Yo, yo, yo.
What them say? Up to the buzz. Me don't know. The buzz.
You know how we roll.
This is the Entertainment Buzz. Further on in the buzz.
What we gonna do right here is go back, way back into time.
Sky, are you? All the respect and ice up. Like a flag. Hear me now. It's about it. Dig it way.
Entertainment Buzz are the real thing, man. Sight.
And now, our feature presentation.
Yeah, we want to say a very special welcome to the EBUZZ. I'm DJ Bones.
And I'm Kishima Francis. Also want to say big up to our listeners locked in, those of you who are listening via the IRFM mobile app, and persons who are watching us right now, Bones, live across our social media platforms. We say welcome, and not, of course, to be outdone, those who are listening to their radios. Big up yourself and welcome.
Cannot be outdone. That's the original. The originales. We want to say a very special welcome to our friends. Feel free to follow our social media pages. Instagram, IRIFM_JA. Twitter, IRI_FM. And Facebook, IRIFM. Pretty much what's going to be happening this week. We're giving homage to Marcus Garvey. So that's going to be kind of a focal point for the program this evening. But we do have other things that we're going to be discussing. So we're going to be having our sales manager, Nicholas Evans. He's going to be giving us all the details on the Marcus Garvey celebrations. That's going to be happening this Sunday, August 20th, right here. Preparations are in full effect, and we are getting ready to find out all the details about the Marcus Garvey celebrations. That's going to be happening on the 20th of August, which is this Sunday. The expectations and the vibe on the street is extremely high, as it usually is.
As usual, yes.
About the Marcus Garvey
absolutely.
celebrations. I mean, I beg the little man them who come out up front, they were the vending man on the block up the road. The place pack up from very early every time. And, you know, one of the things somebody always asks me, like a man that drive past on a Sunday when I keep, and he say, Bones, what they keep up at Irie? And I would say, it is the Marcus Garvey celebration. You mean it keep all the way down a White River too? And all the way up a Sandals too? So it is something that is highly expected, and anticipation for it is great. And as I said, Nicholas Evans is here. He's going to be giving us the 411 on the Marcus Garvey celebrations.
No, absolutely. I am not seeing Nick, but I heard him.
Who, Nicholas?
I heard.
Yeah, man, he's here.
I
He's
heard
here.
his
He's
voice.
here. I don't know
Heard
if you
his
want
voice.
if you want to jump into the hot topics or you just want to talk to Nicholas
I
right
think
away.
based on the outline is to
I think
jump in
let's
with,
talk to
with Nick.
Yeah,
so we
and he's
absolutely-
here. He just arrived. So
Look here, this is the hottest topic.
yeah, no, this is the topic.
You understand?
Yeah, man, so-
what better way to jump in? No, is it Nick or Rick Ross?
Just cool
No man, Nick Ross.
Nick Ross.
Nick
okay.
Ross, yeah, man. All right, so Nicholas Evans, our sales manager, we want to say welcome to the EBUZZ, and I know this is a very busy time for you, as usual, on a yearly event. Marcus Garvey celebrations. Give us the 411.
Definitely. This is what you would call. Let me first say good evening to all our listeners across the world. You don't know, we're on the internet, we're everywhere. We can be seen from Timbuktu, Africa to Charkil in Senton.
That is it.
Yeah, right.
So true. So true.
So yes, IRFM's signature event, arguably the largest celebration for Marcus Garvey in this hemisphere, and of course, we are better to do it than IRFM, a Senton-based station. One of the great institutions or persons from Senton, of course, Senton are Bob Marley, Burning Spear, Marcus. Yeah. So IRFM, Marcus Garvey's celebration annually, and of course, we expect no different. We expect our house full. I mean, all the things, I mean, starting from 6 a.m. with the Running African show. This year, we're going to definitely look at a topic that it's going to continue after Marcus Garvey celebration. We are going to look at Marcus Garvey, from a Marcus Garvey perspective, what should a republic look like? It's about people really governing themselves, taking charge of their affairs.
Right.
So last year we look at, Away with the Queen. And of course, we heard the Honorable Prime Minister noting that yes, come 2025, we'll be looking to put the king behind us. The queen
Yeah, because the
gone in
queen
an unfortunate way, but
Right.
but the king is now here and we're moving away. So we want to look at what a republic for Jamaica should look like. Whether we should have a republic where the governor general is just replaced by a man in a similar category, or we should have an executive president who call the shots. Like they do in America. So those are some of the things. And a lot of town hall meetings have been going on. But I want to take the position. IRA is a choice place to the nation. We don't have no political agenda. We don't run for no office. We don't want to be able to call no election. We just want to tell the people what are the advantages and disadvantages of the choices. Whether you go executive president or you just deal with a ceremonial president. So that is what we look at this year. And of course, we intend to have the discussion continue long after. Yeah, and so we'll have several persons from the political directorate, persons from African perspective, and all of that discussion will go down in the Great House. Of course, we'll kick off the fire 6 o'clock with Kabu, the Running African show. We'll have the discussions. Kashima, you don't know what that is like. Of course, we in the courtyard, persons give the view. We interview sponsors. We look at what's happening out the gate. Who are put on them sip and them soup and a roast and breadfruit.
I tell you, and then enough out there.
And them enough out there. So we are saying, we just want to ask them as well, just remember to keep the place clean. Just keep the place respectable. And as you mentioned, just keep the road as free as possible as well. But then again, we know the police will deal with that because they always do. And as big as Marcus Garvey's celebration is, you never hear the next morning that, the road did black up and people couldn't reach the airport and all that. No, that never happened. So we of course we intend to keep it that way. So it's a 3-part thing. Probably 4 parts. One, the Africa Forum from 6 to 11:45. Then we have black music being played in the yard, and we'll have a special guest this year playing black music. We know this is something that Muta always does. This year we're gonna have Naki Wheeler, son of Bonnie Wheeler, playing the black music for an hour. He's also down to perform on the big stage later on. Following that, we'll have the reasoning and the speech is inside the Great House, and of course our special guest speaker this year is Malik Shabazz. We're flying in from the US, and I mean we expect him to burn a fire. We'll have several other speakers, including members of the political directorate. We'll have lawyers, all kind of persons who can discuss, I mean, what it means, which form of the republic and all of that. As I said, that is the main topic. So that is part 3. So we move from part 1, Africa Forum, part 2, Black Music, part 3, the happenings in the Great House. Also in the Great House, we'll have poets.
Poetry.
Right. Yes, so we have Cherry Natural, we have Richie Feelings, Rastakura.
Right. Innocent.
Richie Innocent.
He was on last week, yes.
Rastakura, and of course, Wise Words. So that is it for the Great House. We move now to center stage in the yard, the part that, I mean, a lot of people after them done eat them dinner and come from church and all of that, them come finish the day with us, and we have a host of artists. Just to name some, we have the likes of Anthony Cruz, Teflon, Louis Culture, Sativa the Black One, Nature, Ellis who pass outside.
He's here tonight.
Yes, the DYCR, Singer J, Bongo Herman, who make sure to tell me, nah, go be no others. Yeah,
you know that, yep.
He wants his name to call, of course.
Right.
I was trying to convince him that, I mean, others and many more are on every show.
Yeah.
They are the most two popular artists.
Very sensitive about that.
He never wants to be among the popular artists. He wants to be his name to call. So Bongo Herman, enough respect.
Bongo.
Warrior King, Hero, Version, Diane, Shakespeare, Utterance, and Mikey Fabulous, as well as JC Money, Ras Negos, Bully Boy, Naki Whale, Robbie Rule, Vijahn, Prince Talib, Just Servant, Black I Am, and Barry Buck. You know, Barry Buck has been asking for a chance on the show for the past 10 years. And you see Barry Buck now, Barry Buck is one of them Iron Man. They were even in the radio mash up, him still a play. Barry Buck now left Iron.
Glenn Goff.
Yeah, I can tell us. So Barry Buck, your term this year to step up on the podium. Yeah. So that's it for the show. And of course, we have a special guest where we can't mention. Nah, go mention.
They have to come to see that guest.
You have to come to see that guest. Okay. And trust me, we guarantee you won't regret it, because you see that guest there? That guest is ensuring that, I don't know, not tracks business, full tilt, like any big show where they go some face or anywhere to see that guest. And that is what you'll be getting. That's the level. That's the levels you'll be getting. So you have to come out and see all the artists, because trust me, they line up tough. They line up real. I'm looking forward to Louis Culture. I mean, Louis Culture, you know, is a performer.
Excellent performer.
Yeah.
One of the beauty I'm seeing with the show is the widespread. There's a little of everything for everyone on the show, and it is starting early, and so you'll have a full day of. Talk to us a little bit apart from the performances and so on. In terms of food and vendors, will you be having that?
Listen to me, man. You know it's an African marketplace.
All right.
You want some live food, some ackee and nori and curry planting, all of those things when no fire, no see.
Right.
This is the space to come. You want some dukuno, you know,
right.
Some dukuno, some drops, some greater cake. I mean,
wow.
You want some rundown, anything. This is the space. Of course, we'll have like fish and all of that as well. But there's something for everybody. Some cane, some jelly. I mean, just about everything. You want African fashion. I mean, whether it's earring, necklace, shoes, pants, shirt, dress,
paintings,
anything
carvings.
you want. Books, oils from vegetable, oils from the good old herb. You know what I mean? Lotion, anything you want, I mean, will be in that space. It's that space you can come, and it's a festival. It's really a festival celebrating the life and works of Marcus Garvey, and it's the space for all, I mean, to come and enjoy things from us, from African descent. And trust me, over the years, it has been good, and we expect no less this year. And of course...
And Nick, for persons who are listening and they are excited about it, they have never been to a Marcus Garvey celebration, can you highlight for them the admission and also the dress code?
Let me deal with the admission first.
Yeah.
I just good behavior, we say. Just come and enjoy the space. And know, sir, if a man a jump to a Louis Culture song and he step on your toe, you're not him feel it. No. It never happen. We have never had an incident and
Never will.
Never will.
Right.
It's just a space. And admission, just support the vendors. Buy a nice pair of leather sandals. Buy some African fashion jewelry.
Buy some books.
Buy some books and check out the food, man.
Yeah, man, buy your dukuno,
buy your dukuno, man, and try the live food. Trust me, it feels different going down. You know, so come and check out the space. Also, the dress code, you know, it's an African celebration. So if you can dress up in your African thing, you know, you put it on. Otherwise, just come respectable. Just come light and free and come to enjoy the space and yourself. Because guess what? That is what is going to happen. Light, free, enjoyment, and trust me, we guarantee you 100% niceness guaranteed.
One of the things always, you know, this is a very crowded event. A lot of people come every year. Can you speak to us a little bit about maybe parking and you know, how people will be able to access? Because a lot of times I've come and I said, my goodness, people love this event so much. Them try rush out, come in, whole heap of them one time, but some of them can't park. Sometimes them carpool. Maybe a carpool could be a suggestion.
Definitely, but as you mentioned, I mean, somebody asked if it came from Ochi to
White River, yes.
and that's it. I mean, one of the good things about this stretch that we have, it wide.
And it long.
So you know, you won't short on parking. There are a few spaces that I mean you'll find their parking lots. Of course, I mean we will park certain persons
in the venue.
Yeah, but the venue itself is reserved basically for staff and certain guests because we don't have enough space in that.
That's true.
We have a leave space for everybody who wants to come in and start. And if we never mention, just remember it's a family event, you know.
Right.
So bring your kids from 0-year-old to 100-year-old. Just rock and come in and enjoy the space. I wouldn't want you to miss the happenings on the day. You know, the food, the vibes, the music, the teachings. Last year, I tell you, as big as the stage show was, over 40 artists with the likes of Capleton and so backstage never get to perform. You see the Great House and the fire and the Great House. So when I say the fire, I don't want the fire marshals and things. No, yeah, but the vibes in the Great House with people like Bert Samuels and so trust me. A friend called me from Florida and said he was at home and somebody called him and asked me if I listen to Irie. That, of course, that is on the net. And he tuned in and when he heard what was happening in the Great House, the man said, "Are a greatest station in the world, man. Where else could we have our people gather?" And when I say our people, I'm talking about African people burning that fire and the passion and all of that.
Right.
You know, him feel like all who should appear, go drop a collection, I mean, for one. Right. And this was somebody overseas. And you know, so we want people to understand that while many people are looking forward to the artists they know and those who they don't know who will be on the show.
Right.
The real energy in terms of, I mean, what we are lobbying for, what we're trying to educate in people about, that will happen between 6 a.m. and say about 6 p.m. from the Africa Forum in the yard to the Great House where the speeches and discussions and all of that will happen. So we just want to tell everybody.
We know that the theme will continue throughout the stage and, you know, leaving people at the end of the evening. Like, that is the message that you'll take away from the Marcus Garvey celebration.
And as we mentioned, you know, the intention is really to, this year's theme, we want it to continue long after. We want it to be on people's mind as we tread the road to determine what type of republic we should choose.
Yeah.
If me have a vote right now, I say executive president, I believe it's a chance to break that chain of my time party, no, your time party, no, my time party. We want somebody who we can look up to, somebody of integrity and say, this is our president. And it doesn't stop us voting for a party, for our MP and all of that, you know.
Right.
But I mean, you should be able to choose Bones as a PNP man. You should be able to choose him as the president and Kishima as a GLP as a member of parliament. And one doesn't affect the other in terms of you needing to vote for Kishima if you want Bones to be president. No, we want to be able to choose a president, and that president knows that once you serve the people well, you know, if you rely upon 60 other people to win their seat for you to become president again, you just serve the people well and then vote for you again. And that is my line in the whole Republic.
And that's going to be a debate way after Marcus
Garvey.
Garvey.
Way after Marcus Garvey, because, you know, I think it's a chance to change our reality where you really have to pick some people who you probably even want to pick just because you want a particular person to be prime minister. You know, you have a chance to pick the head that you want and pick the MP that you want. And I think that is the type of...
Preferably a president that is colorblind.
No, you will. It's likely that the president will support one party or the other. But the fact is, you won't have to vote for an MP that you don't even see or like in order for you to get the president that you want.
Right.
You can vote straight for the president, and that president, no, not depending on the MP to bring him where he's at or she's at, will be able to make decisions. I mean, knowing that you see from the decisions, right?
And they're final.
People will put you back. Yeah. I know you still have the Congress type of thing where they'll have debates and vote and things and all of that. So you would want whichever the president would want the whichever party they support are from to have the majority in the House. But whether they have the majority or not, it won't stop them being president. It might just stop them passing some laws or doing some things.
Nicholas, I tell you something. This is going to be one exciting event. We're looking forward to seeing it as usual every year. It's always well executed. And the expectations on the road and especially worldwide and on the internet is extremely high.
And as it should be. And one of the things we're putting in place this year, after the Marcus Garvey celebration, we intend to put the as much as possible on our website and on our app so people can go and watch
content,
and get the
content and you know, be a part of it. But we want you to be a part of it from as early as Sunday.
All right, so
that sounds really fantastic, Nick, and we know it's a lot of work, so big up yourself and the entire team working tirelessly to make it possible, and we know that Sunday will be a success.
And of course, one big up team boss, you know, Shamara Preston, team leader.
Right.
All right.
Definitely want to be, she's been working. You know, one of them quiet person, they want to enough, and you know, to see them, but you get the cards and them ask the questions. Nick, so answer this. Me did ask so answer for the look around. So you see him put on, that type of person. So the thing are going on. And right. So big up Shamara, team leader. Of course, we know the MD is the ultimate team leader in everything, like KY was. But I mean, Shamara, I do our thing as chairperson, you know, we just want to big her up.
Big up yourself,
all
Shamara.
Right. Big up Sham.
All right, so that was Nicholas Evans, our sales manager. Thanks again, Nicholas, to give us all the information. No man, we call Nicky Ross. Nick Ross.
Look, Nick coming through with a new look, but it will be fantastic, like you said, Bones. It's usually a great event, edutainment, lots of information, and it's also a space where people get to greet each other that they haven't seen in a long time. So, you know, it absolutely will be a good vibe.
Yeah, so make sure you check out the Marcus Garvey celebrations, the 20th of August, which is this Sunday coming. We also, most of the artists, or the artists that are on our show tonight are going to be performers at the Marcus Garvey celebrations. I want to find out what Marcus Garvey means to them and what their fans can expect from them on this big festival. It's literally a festival coming up on Sunday. So make sure if you're in the area, make sure you show up physically. If you can't be here physically, then log on the radio station on our airwaves or on our mobile app and make sure you download that from the Google store so you can have it to listen to IRIE FM 24/7 all the time. Make sure,
All right, and then now we get into some other events and hot topics and activities happening. I don't know if you have seen a video, Bones, across social media going around with, of course, Beanie Man. He's on a flight. Look here, and he leaves from his first class seat and you know, gave the people just a miniature performance. I think there was an issue, and you know, they weren't landing immediately.
They were stranded in the plane on the tarmac, I think, in the Bahamas, and they couldn't come off.
And he just came out and being his typical king of the dancehall, Beanie Man, jovial,
been on a plane
and just
been on a plane with him a few times. He's like that. And he love
did
walk
you hear
up and down.
the children's reaction?
Yes, they were going crazy. But he loves to walk up and down and mess with people, especially if the flight long, you know. You see, if the flight is a long flight, like him going England, Japan, Europe, one of them play, him walk and mess with everybody upon the plane, and him have ADHD and can't sit still. So he might walk but he's always lifting everybody's spirits. But this one,
and that he did.
yeah, he really did for this flight.
Yeah,
The people are never happy and him cheer them up. So
He did that. And you have to really give him credit because not many entertainers the caliber of a Beanie Man would have done that. And you really have to just, big him up for that. And that is what separates him from the rest and ultimately why he's king of the dancehall.
It's in him. It's his persona too. I mean, even I get the feeling that if he was not an entertainer, he would have go up there and go say something. Maybe not sing or DJ, but he would have do something, talk or something, because that's just him and that's his personality. So Moses, big up yourself, and thank you for putting a little light on a dull situation on that aircraft, and it really helped the people. And he must walk back into first class and give him applause and him gone. So big him up, big up yourself, Moses. Really went viral. I actually was tagged in the actual video, and then put my name in at the top right there somewhere. A bunch of us were tagged. I think you were tagged too, if I'm not mistaken. So.
Okay. But it's a great look. Big up again.
Big up yourself, Moses. Yeah, man. And another thing with plane now. What is the deal with the plane them now? So entertainer TJ is counting his blessings after what he says was a narrow escape on an aircraft. Now, the drift boss, he took to social media live where he described the experience. According to the CJ, while he was on the aircraft, he saw smoke blowing through a window. And he explained that the passengers were later told that one of the engines had stopped working. With all my years of flying, that never reached me yet. Give thanks. Because I don't want to hear some engine mash up. So a grateful TJ who was in Guyana said the plane had to divert and return to base. And also upcoming entertainer Malidon, who was also a passenger on the aircraft, confirmed the incident. And it is also being reported that entertainer Massacre was also a passenger on the aircraft. And the men were earlier seen in what appears to be in the airport together. So, hey, whenever you take off and land, give thanks. When you hear a plane...
absolutely, you have to.
One of the things I always say in Akishima, sometimes people tell you, the flight delay and them cuss. How me gonna reach a me yard?
Miserable, right. Yes.
When them say to you, the plane have a mechanical problem. Let us fix it. And them in at the airport a cuss same way. I said, wouldn't you want the mechanical problem to happen right here on the ground and up in the sky? Make it happen down yourself.
Absolutely. Right. And look, that is like one of the realest statements ever. Like tons of people get frustrated because they just don't want to wait.
Right.
And, just the whole process of traveling and hearing that flights are delayed. Nobody wants to hear that. But when a flight is delayed due to mechanical problems, like you said,
we good.
You have to wait.
I will wait. And if them say it will take till tomorrow to fix, I will go and come back. But make sure the plane work properly. I mean, it's never 100% guaranteed, but, they know what's going wrong. It's crucial. If it's not working mechanically, leave it alone. Make them fix it. And don't rush them either. Make sure them tighten every bolt before the plane go off. So
it is important.
Wow.
No, also in the hot topics, dancehall entertainer Mad Cobra, during his performance in Hartford, Connecticut on the weekend, briefly addressed his recent run-in with the law. Now, in what seems to be a declaration of his innocence, the veteran dancehall artist had a message for patrons, urging them not to trust friends. Using Hillsong United's popular song Oceans as a music bed, Mad Cobra vented his disappointment with friends who he said deserted him during his time of trouble. And as you can recall, last month, Mad Cobra was arrested after deputies in Florence County, South Carolina, allegedly discovered 2 kilograms of cocaine in his vehicle after, a traffic stop was initiated.
He was speeding.
For speeding.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if he in the speeding, they probably wouldn't hear about nothing. But he went in speed. So
the matter is set for mention on October 3. And the reports are that if he gets convicted, he could face up to 30 years. It's a long time, but let us see how it pans out. He was really emotional during his performance. It was a lengthy clip, and he was just basically pouring out his heart, talking about friends. And say sometimes when you reach out to people, and you know, some people just want to distance themselves based on what this current situation is. So I think he had experienced that, and kind of hit him hard.
Yeah. So Boy, it's rough. Well, we have other people who may face longer time in prison, but it's political, so we have to leave that alone. But I believe that with Mad Cobra, let us see how the legal system plays out. I don't know if we have a date when he's supposed to go back to court or...
October 3.
October 3. So we will see how that plays out, and let's hope it works out in his favor, because if it doesn't, he's looking at some long jail time. So let's hope it works out for you, Mad Cobra. Big up to Freddie McGregor. The brother is getting stronger by the second. So following his epic reggae Sumfest performance, legendary entertainer Freddie McGregor continues to show his strength on his journey to recovery, even while touring. Now, the captain of the big ship shared a video on his Instagram of his performance at an electric Brixton. That's nice. On Sunday, where he actually stood up. I saw him stand right up.
I saw the clip. That was absolutely
amazing.
amazing.
My goodness. So his therapist, he's getting some benefit from the therapist. And so he stood without assistance while performing his hit single, I Was Born a Winner. The heartwarming moment garnered resounding cheers from the patrons inside the venue, and the entertainer, who shared the stage with his sons Chino and Stephen McGregor, was in his element as he delivered a chorus of the songs. Back in November 2022, Freddie suffered a stroke and had to postpone his UK tour, which was set to feature the band UB40. Sometimes, as you say, there's always opportunity in adversity. He went through a lot, but he's shining and seeming on the mend. So, Freddie, big up yourself every time.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so those are our hot topics.
Yes.
Happening this week.
I think we need to talk to a fire.
Right?
Yeah, man.
And of course,
DYCR.
He will be performing on the Marcus Garvey celebration, like you highlighted earlier, Bones. All the entertainers that we're going to be talking to tonight will perform on Sunday.
Right.
And DYCR, he's no stranger to IRA FM.
No, man. DYCR have a green card for IRA FM. He's a legal resident, I tell you. And so we want to welcome DYCR right now. A fire! DY! I was going to do a crackling voice like that. Crazy. Warm DY, how you doing, brother?
Welcome.
Yeah, man. Blessings. Kashima, give thanks, Bones. But I give thanks to life, even though I have to divorce my wife.
Well, you know, as long as you have life and no strife.
Yeah, man, because you can get many more wives, but you don't know there's only one life. Fire!
Boy, it's so good to see DYCR a long time enough physically see you or we don't hear you. It's so good to see you go on.
Just can't be everywhere at the same time in the flesh, but you understand?
Talk to us about... Want to find out some things now, DYCR. What is latest for you in terms of your musical efforts, in terms of the poetry? And then, of course, part 2, Marcus Garvey celebrations. How Marcus Garvey influenced you, and what can we expect from you for the performance at the Marcus Garvey tribute coming up on Sunday?
All right. I have I think there were I did a poem and a rhythm for singing melody, that is called Zoom Zoom. That was one of the last thing that actually came out with me, yeah. And I did a thing for we call it the Usain Bolt for the King Jammins, and the King Jammins label so far, about Usain Bolt bring back the money where the money there, see it. So them two things there, and I've done other recordings that don't really come out as yet, because sometimes when you hear a record playing or so forth, sometimes in the studio 10, 15 year, 2 year, 1 year, months, and you understand, but people who do not understand the business don't really know that it's like that, you understand? All right, so as it relates to Marcus Garvey, you understand, I was not within the physical existence, during his time upon the face of the earth, still in a seat, but
yes.
When we come reading a seat all some books and write and all them things there still, and get to realize that he was a very, 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 seat. A one great man. You know, our special type of human being, like, you know, we could have seen like a form of God in a different sense. And the reason why I say that, you understand, seeing, is that most people that I know, either man or woman, they are looking, they are being self-centered, looking for self-gain, and them think that, you know, see how much cars them can have, how many houses, how much land they can own. You know, Marcus Garvey was not about, he was not somebody that was self-centered, you understand? Never look for no self-gain or no fame or, you know, anything like that, you understand? You know, for a person to really put aside self, you know, it's like it's a Christ-like something I talk about. Right. You know, and looking for the greater good of his people. Because most run-faced black man, who that just feel, say to them, feel, say, themselves, say, me can have 10 Kashima, you understand, and 20 Kashima, because me have enough intelligence and can't get enough money. I got that to them in a really business about who want to come out of poverty and a black man about knowing yourself, and you will not know yourself until you're back against the wall. You know, they don't talk like that. You understand? See, so a Marcus Garvey, to me, is much more than I can really say out of my mouth, you understand? Yeah, me can't say enough.
But you know what I want to ask you?
What can we expect?
You know what I want to ask you, DY? Like, whether it is spoken word or a chant, we can always depend on DYCR to, you know, blaze a fire through poetic storytelling. How do you select or decide, you know, which topic you want to talk about?
All right. You know, so let's go off of the vibe still of the people at times, you know, see it and go, you know, see it. Sometimes you know, have the specific thing the way you write down or, you understand, and say, you're going to start with this or that. Sometimes you might say to yourself, say, all right, I'm going to start with this or I'm going to start with that. But sometimes it's depending on the whole atmosphere at the time, you understand, because you have to kind of learn to read where I go on this at the time too. You understand, see it? Yeah, so you have to kind of you know, say you can adjust, you know, see it at times, you know, see it if it does. With one sharp thing I go on the way there, you understand, and thing, you know, it can be dangerous, you know, because sometimes another sharp thing there, even though you need this at the time, and maybe you can get them the sharp thing after a while, you understand, but them kind of, you know, say you have to read the vibes and so forth, you know.
I know when for chop bush.
Yeah, man, exactly. You have to know when to hold, know when to follow, know when to walk a road way, like what Kenny Rogers saying, or know when to run, you know?
Look here, I tell you.
But we shall not run.
But
we shall be always blazing the fire, shall not retire.
You cannot retire. You may only get higher. But let me ask you this. Let me ask you now.
The same spirit inside of me keep on gathering more of itself, you know?
DY, let me ask you now, what can your fans expect for this big celebration coming up, the tribute to Marcus Garvey? This is happening on Sunday the 20th, right here at IRI FM. The physical venue is here in the courtyard. What can we expect from DYCR when he hits that stage on Sunday?
On fire! It's a blazing, yes. Yeah, man. That's what I expect.
You catch your face on fire when I want that, you know?
Because, you know, when they expect the expected, they will not get the expected, they will get the unexpected. So they should expect the expected as well as the unexpected. And DYCR is the unexpected, and that they must always suspect.
Wow.
All right. No, you know what I want to ask you? Chop Bush, Delroy, misunderstandings. You have so many pieces. Of all the pieces that you have created, DY, do you have one that resonates with you the most, and why?
All right. Me love all of them. Make them up and so forth and thing. But, you know, Delroy being a natural, you understand, something that I actually live.
Right.
You know, see, it's and one that is called Mother's Love. You know, see, them two there are something that at times, you know, it's like you get somewhat emotional while you're doing them, you understand, you know. Sometimes you have to try and hold back the tears, you know, because, you know, you can see yourself, you understand, them time down there for through this woman, you understand, have you just a call and a sense in your Delroy, yes, grandma, you know, and then you have to answer Manalina, and yes, grandma, and then she then you that wicked self, Delroy, could you go to Grace supermarket and buy a tin of milk and a pound of rice? And I said, yes, grandma. Then you take the money for her, go to the supermarket and buy the thing and milk, a pound of rice, you come back down, you know, you sit down here, you call again, Delroy, I said, yes, grandma, I'm asking you to go over to the Falcon and pick up all the eggs, them. Because you know the fowls have a tendency of eating back the eggs after they lay them. Yes, grandma, and it just a galaga go on, so me gungo road.
Gungo road. A long time they hear them talk, they don't make gungo root, no, sir?
Yes.
So we expect a full package from DYCR at Marcus Garvey celebrations, and of course you have a lot of work coming up in terms. You have a lot of new music out. Anything released fully, and how can we get them? Are they on all digital platforms? How can people get them?
Yeah, the Zoom that I did for Shem's music, which is singing melody or artist singing melody, which is a friend of mine. Yeah, man, that is on all digital platforms. You know, and the one that I call it the Usain Bolt thing there, you know, that is on all different kind of platforms as well, you know. And as I said, we have many more things in the studios, different studios, you know, see that we have recorded that, you know, them are finished mix off and, you know, ready to put out whenever them support and things. So we just have to look out for that while, you know, we still go and take time and see, you know, if we can go and put some little things together, same way now ourselves and go on, because the work never stopping on. You know, we can, it's eye-stepping days, you know, so with Tarry's not today, yesterday, you understand, we always have to keep on making new music, you know, see and thing, you know, different inspiration, just like every other day you have a different perspiration, you know.
Right.
Yesterday's perspiration is not necessarily today's perspiration, you know. Yeah.
For persons who want to connect with DYCR, tell us your social media handles and who is management for you. If somebody wants to book you for an event, how they can contact you.
Okay. Well, presently, I do not have a manager different from myself.
Okay.
Yes, presently. But people can link me and Instagram, IG. Yeah, DYCR Delroy Chandler, or on Facebook, DYCR Delroy Chandler, or on TikTok, just the same, DYCR Delroy Chandler.
Me book your on TikTok.
Number for years that I have a business number, you understand, and people can link me at that number for years, you understand. The number is 375-9965. 375-9965, and of course, you know, whether it's local or international, one's gonna call from, then it know that you have to put the area code, which is 876. See? Right, so the numbers 375-9965. 375-9965. So whoever wants me for some kind of event, stage show, you know, whether dub plates or whatever and so forth and so on, advertising them event, whatever, them can link DYCR at those social media sites, or them can call that number straight up.
A fire! Every time. Right. DYCR, we want to wish you all the best. We're looking forward to see what you're going to be presenting on stage for the fans here on the 20th, which is Sunday. For Marcus Garvey celebration. See you, sir.
Blessings up full and bright. Give thanks, Kashima and Bones.
Enough love here, brother.
Give yourself DYCR.
A fire!
It's a blazing.
Oh my goodness, we love it. Big up DY every time.
Absolutely amazing.
Events coming up also. So we're going straight into a big up, and this is for
Boogie Down.
Boogie Down. From me here, this a party, I know me feel me need for each, you know. So Boogie Down, and of course we're going to be talking to the promoter, Dwayne Scott. Dwayne, welcome to the Buzz.
Wagwan, big
up. Boogie Down.
Boogie Down, the girls' town.
That my kind of town there.
90s and early 2000s.
Give us everything about Boogie Down.
Alright, so Boogie Down, best of the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s will be held this Saturday at Waves Beach in the Grill. That's on the Norman Mandel Boulevard, and of course it's one of Western Jamaica premier party. Alright, ticket locations for Boogie Down. You know, we have Texaco Miguel, Texaco Southern Lamar. We have the Sunset Pharmacy in Miguel, and we're going to be stocking up Texaco in Lucy tomorrow. The price to enter Boogie Down is pre-show tickets are $2,000, $3,000 at the gate, and of course we have VIP mixed drinks inclusive.
Well, that party is definitely a magnet for the women. They're gonna draw them in and hold them. Tell us in terms of the time. What time people should get down to the Boogie Down?
We have this special going, of course. We always do the rated 2 for 1 before 9 o'clock. So, of course, we're opening the gates at 8 o'clock. Now, True Colors event, we are the promoters of this magnificent event. We are a production company, so, we have all of the good things. So, of course, we have VIP, but people normally know that when you come Boogie Down, in the general, look like a VIP.
Right.
I must say. So, if you come out early and you see different amenities set up in the general, just come early and hold the spot. Don't ask no question. You see a tent, you see bar counters, you see LED furniture, whatever is there, just take your spot at the early people and get the good things left.
Nice. I love that. Parking and security, how that's set up?
Yeah, man. Security, of course, we are going to be having a lot of police officers there.
Okay.
Doing the security gig for us. And parking, yes, you park on the normal Madlo Boulevard. It's right there on the street, so we're safe. Of course, parking is across the road from Wave Beach as well.
Sounds good. That's a big party.
Lineup. Let me tell you about the lineup.
Who's on there?
We have DJ Denver. We have Crazy Chris for those people who are familiar with really hardcore retro party. You know how Crazy Chris is.
Yes.
But we have Western Jamaica's Ace DJ, and he has been doing it for decades now. Quaco Vibe. Oh God, we can't do it without him. And of course, from IFM sister station, Zip FM, we have Moby Son himself, DJ Liquid. You know he's going to do big past you.
Wow, youth. Liquid, big up yourself, youth. Yes.
Well, it sounds fantastic, Dwayne. Before you leave us, just remind us again who, what, when, where.
All right. So this Saturday, Nigel comes alive with Boogie Down. Best of the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. You can grab your tickets. It's $2,000 pre-sold, $3,000 at the gate, and of course we have $5,000 VIP mixed drinks inclusive.
Yes.
And you can grab your tickets at Texaco Savannah Mar, Texaco Negril, Sunset Pharmacy in Negril, and of course starting tomorrow you can grab your tickets in Lucy at Texaco Lucy. And for those folks outside of Western Jamaica, it's an awesome party. Feel free to just come on down to Negril for the weekend, grab your special person, grab your bestie. Come on down, get yourself one of them nice hotel rooms. Whether you want to go all inclusive or one of the smaller hotels, just come down and hold a vibe. You won't, I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Boogie Down a Western Jamaica bad retro party.
Dwayne Scott, we wish you all the best with Boogie Down. The best of the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Girls Town, Saturday, August 19. Big up yourself, Dwayne. We know it's going to be a big shot. Big tune, big play, big party.
Yeah, man. And big shout out to all the Irish listeners.
All right, big up yourself, Dwayne. We
Big
wish
up
you all
Dwayne.
the best.
Respect. Heart of love. So that is one of the big parties, Boogie Down. That might kind of party them there,
No, look here. You know anything with the 90s and 80s and that kind of vibe. Oh, gosh.
Why them is a vibe these days, I'm telling you. But, we see the great Nature Ellis in studio. I mean, he doesn't really come to these local events, but, he made time out of his busy schedule
and
to come.
for that, we are grateful.
Thank you for gracing us with your
Hi,
presence.
Nature.
Nature.
Love
Mr. World Peace.
Love and respect every time.
Hello, Rich. How are you, sir?
Yes, man. We're so in a power and we end up on the poor again.
We're glad you know.
Because we are God's children and the Almighty children, so we are rich.
We were having this conversation before coming on here. So I say, that's a Nature. Looking rich himself, yeah, man. We're so on power, yeah, man.
Of course.
Yes, no, which is right.
Which is right.
Yeah.
Nature, you're back home.
Well, I'm always home in as far as the eyes can see, it's nature. It's all nature. Here, there,
you're
and
everywhere.
When I meant back home, I mean you're here at Irie, which is your yard.
Yes,
your
because
place.
That is right. Because right, I was just on my live on Instagram saying the same thing. Because
there you go.
I was saying, I say IRFM whenever I'm supposed to do something at IRFM, I'm very excited to do that because IRFM is in my blood because as a person who grew up and become a reggae artist, IRFM was one of my greatest influence because this is the radio station that we could listen and the type of music that build us right now. Like you just listen to artists, them that inspire me.
Right.
And so many of us. So and IRFM had done so much for I and I as a personally.
See?
You know what I mean? Because IRFM is a station that really pump my music, based on the type of music that they mostly play, the conscious vibration.
Culture, yeah.
And things, so, yeah.
And as you speak about the cultural vibration nature, because you're slated to perform on the Marcus Garvey celebration on Sunday, how would you say Marcus Garvey's teachings and philosophies have inspired the music that you put out?
Well, in a nutshell, I will say Marcus Garvey teaches about self-reliance. You know what I mean? And I, for one, if it wasn't for self-reliance, believing in myself and all these things, I wouldn't have a label such as Preserve Nature Entertainment.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't, so many things that have happened in my musical journey. If I didn't believe in self-reliance, trust me, my brothers and sisters, you wouldn't know about Nature Ellis. I wouldn't get a plaque the other day. That went, me just awarded the other day, number 1 on the iTunes Top 100. And I'm supposed to collect another plaque because I have a Billboard plaque to collect now.
What you say to me?
As well, so...
Tell us about that.
So you go on?
Don't just brush it off in the nature.
So
Tell us
you go on
about
nature?
that Billboard plaque, man.
Yeah, man.
The only plaque me have when me go to dentist.
Yeah,
I get rid of the plaque.
Yeah, man.
Boy, stop
No,
it.
I don't feel good. I two different plaques.
Yeah, man. I'm finally build a house for my children, them.
That's a big deal.
Interestingly, you mentioned that because you share that post to your social media nature, and in the caption you reveal that you were homeless at one point.
Yeah.
Looking, just reflecting on how you started and where you are today. What was your source of inspiration that kept you going, and then just to look to see some of the hurdles that you personally had to overcome? What's that feeling like?
Yes, what happened with regards to where I'm coming from, I remember when I was going to take that bus to Kingston. And I went on my knee the morning before daylight, and I pray and I asked the Almighty to guide and protect me because I'm going on His mission to Kingston. And back in them time, when you come and go to Kingston, it's like your parents them afraid. Because they must say, yo, Kingston a bad place, and all them things there, but you see me? I say, listen, me, the Almighty has sent me on a mission, And, it's like, go to Kingston and the amount of love, you know what I mean? People just involve and people know who they're looking for, basically.
That's
so
great.
What really happened, the journey from then to now, it has been a rocky road and a rocky road, but at the end of the day, remember, when you're a reggae person, it's about truth and rights and a soldier in the army, A lot of people think that when they choose doing conscious music, it's all nice and beautiful. But whatever it is, you're going to have obstacles, but you have to know what you want, you know what I mean? And you have to believe in yourself. I have to believe in the Almighty, because I can tell you, without the Almighty, a lot of us wouldn't be here, you know what I mean?
So true.
Yeah, man. So the Almighty are the inspiration, and you have a big respect to, Marcus Garvey, the people who we read about, and you know what I mean, and check for them where them coming from, the Jimmy Cliff, Bob Marley's life as well, you know what I mean. So it's very important to study about our leaders who came before us, people who have been through adversities. These are the things that keep I going, you know what I mean, because I check my history, what my people have been through, you know what I mean, and realize that this is nothing new, we have to fight the fight, you know what I mean.
Right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow.
Sunday.
And Bones, him oozing a lot of knowledge, Bones. And guess what? That is the title of his album.
Wow.
What can you tell us about Knowledge?
A new album, Knowledge, I want to tell you, it's not officially out as yet, but you can listen to copies of it on YouTube.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I am a person who I don't believe in all about sales. It's very important for us to sell, but it's also very important to make it possible for as much people to get the message.
Right.
You understand? And a lot of times you're not selling something as well at the time, but because people appreciate it so much, sometimes you end up earning way more than if you had just gone about it on a selling level alone.
That's
true. What I mean?
Right.
So, yeah.
I tell you something. This is kind of hot. We have to go take a quick pause. And we are going to you're not moving on nature. You have to stay right here. Right. So here what's going to happen now. We're going to be talking to Jay McGrath. We're going to be talking about the Chris Brown Under the Influence. That's a big concert that's going to be coming
Chris
up.
Brown and Friends.
So Jay McGrath, and I think is that Abira Larchar? Larchar, I got that right. So Jay, are you there?
I'm there.
All right.
Abira, welcome.
Abira, you there?
Yes, I am. Good evening.
Good
Okay.
evening. Big
All right,
party.
now, Chris Brown and Friends.
Yes.
Main event is set for August 27, but there will be a series of events leading up to the main event. Can you give our listeners an outline of the festivities planned over the 3 days, August 25 to 27?
Yes, so Jay Upskill here. Pleasure. Thank you for having me. So, in a nutshell, you can go to bzrweekend.com for more information, but it's a weekend of festivities. It's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday event, with the Sunday event culminating with Chris Brown and Friends. Yeah.
Give us the events. So what are the events happening? Like 1, 2, 3. What kind of events are we looking at?
So day one on Friday, we have a bit of an exclusive event, site only, followed by a day two on Saturday, where you have, opening event, then you have that follow the night of the Friday, we have Remember This, which is a tribute to the 90s. And then on Saturday, you have Rise and Toast, which is a famed breakfast fest or breakfast event or day soiree brunch that usually occurs in Miami. Big up to Hybrid. That is being done in
Hybrid.
Jamaica.
Yeah, I know the Hybrid. Is that Kevin? Kevin his name? Yeah, big up Hybrid, yeah.
Yeah, man. And most of all, it's hosted by Jada Kingdom.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right.
Sounds heavy.
Yeah, continue.
Remember This. So Remember This is on Friday. Also has Stone Love and Renaissance. Just
Wow.
to put that in there. And then Saturday we have Rise and Toast, hosted by Jada Kingdom. And then Saturday night we have the Indigo Soiree.
Wow. So you got a whole packed bunch of shows right there.
We have a bunch of, and here's the thing, I just want to go, straight into the fact that everyone has been talking about this $1.5 million ticket.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, them sell out.
Well, here's the thing,
Them sell out.
the misconception that it's a ticket, but it's actually, an experience where you get 12 tickets. You get, the best seat in the house. Almost think of it as a suite. It comes with bottle service. It comes with parking. It comes with, access to all of the events, VIP. Parking. Food inclusive, the whole nine. So, when you do the math and you break it down on 12 people, then it's a weekend experience.
And share for us again, like just highlight the performers for Saturday night. We know headlined by Chris Brown, but if you can highlight some of the friends.
Yeah, let me share some of the road with Jay Zubera. Good evening to you as well.
Blessings to you.
Good evening.
So yeah, we definitely and obviously have Chris Brown. So we're quite excited about welcoming Chris Brown to the Jamaica shows. We have on the lineup Igonia, we have Ding Dong, we have Byron Messiah, we have, of course, the Drip Boss himself, TJ. We have Popeye Caution. We have Sean Kingston. So quite a heavy, interesting lineup of
strong lineup.
Strong lineup. I'm definitely going to be entertaining for persons that come to the event on the 27th. And yeah, we're really excited. We're putting quite a bit on our end to make this a great production for patrons. So yeah, come on out. It's a Sunday. Kicks off at 2 p.m. with the gates being open at that time. And then showtime starts at 4 p.m.
Sounds great. Well, we want to thank you both for talking to us about the big Chris Brown Under the Influence, but it's really a bunch of parties. Day 1, day 2, day 3, you got a whole bunch of stuff. The invite only, and the Rise and Toast brunch.
The brunch was by Jada Kingdom.
And we got Chris Brown and friends on the.
Then the Indigo Soiree.
Right.
Before the show on An interesting one as well with you. The team is excited. We're burning the cat on both.
Hey, I'm sorry, we're getting up. Your phone is chipping out a bit. We really can't hear you very clearly.
Right.
Sorry.
All right, see if you can bring the phone a little closer to your mouth, and then now.
Sorry about that.
All right, we can hear you better now. Go again.
It's a lot clearer now.
Terribly sorry. I don't know what was missed.
All right, we'll miss everything, so start over.
Jada Kingdom
Yes.
and the soaring.
Yes, it was chip it out. Yes, go ahead.
No problem. Yeah, so the Rise and Toast was being hosted by Jada Kingdom. We're excited about that and welcoming her as well to Jamaica to kick that off. We have the exclusive event, which I mentioned, happening, that Jay mentioned,
Right.
on the Friday. We have the member days as well into the evening, kicks off from around 10 p.m. That one for us is sort of a good representation or acknowledging things with Jamaica's independence. So a lot of, old tunes, songs that people can relate to from back in the day is going to be sort of unfolding for that night. And, the team is just excited. But the main event, obviously, is what we really focus on, which is Chris Brown and Friends. And that's going to really kick things off and get the markets fired up. So we're happy with everything. And, BZR weekend is going to be happening.
You know what I wanted to ask you both? Chris Brown has not performed in Jamaica for a long time, and I think the last time he was here, it was for Reggae Sumfest. How does he feel about returning to the island and this time for his own concert?
Well, if you look and visit, or I would encourage persons to visit Chris Brown's Instagram handle, you will literally see that he has posted, and this was literally a day after we made the announcement, he posted on his page the event, and that for us was testimony that, we're doing the right thing. We're bringing Chris Brown back to Jamaica. It's an interesting one when an artist, literally posts on their page, and certainly an artist of his magnitude. So, yeah, we were excited about it. And, I think him doing that really left no doubt in our mind that we made the right decision.
Well,
we're excited about it, and I think, persons will be quite blown away by the performance that he brings to the stage.
He always does. And Jamaica is welcoming Chris Brown once again. I mean, he was here for Sumfest. He was also here for the One Love concert up in Aracabessa, but that was even so much longer ago. Way long ago. That time he was a Parrot Elephant Man. When he was a puppy.
He was really young.
Young.
Yes.
So big up Chris Brown, and we are looking forward for him to ignite the stage.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, ignite the stage when he comes to Jamaica. And we wish you all the best with the events, all the events that are coming up. We know they'll do well. And we just wish you all the success with everything. All right?
Much appreciated. And, thank you for having us.
Enough love and respect,
right.
yes?
Thank you so much. So,
definitely.
All right, so we
those
just...
were the promoters, Jay McGarth and Ibira Larchar.
Right, so... Big event.
Chris Brown and Friends under the influence, the Jamaican leg of his tour.
Yeah. All right.
Exciting stuff.
And we know it's going to be very well supported. All the events that you can go to. I think one of them is invite only, but the others I think you can just pay and go in. All right.
There is a website, so persons can check out the website for ticket details.
Right. Nature Ellis.
We have to revert back to nature.
True.
Everything brings us back to nacher.
Yeah. See there? Yeah. You get them style.
You were right. Me tell you, say, look here, I need for voice a tune.
No, sir. Body a artist.
You were telling us, Nature, about your album Knowledge. You said that it's not released yet, but persons can get an opportunity to listen, and you're saying that you're not really big on the monetary aspect of it, but more the message.
Yeah, the thing about it, the Knowledge album, we just put it out on YouTube so people can listen and get a feel of it, because the message just can't wait. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when you think about just the business part of the music, I think that's one of the things that is mashing up some of us as cultural artists and artists who are supposed to spread the message. We are sitting down talking about, okay, we're going to think about, we're going to market this and do this and do that. And when the people are waiting on something conscious, You know what I mean? To listen. If you notice certain people out there who are sing certain type of song, them Lego like all 10 songs for the month. Then flood the market with for them thing what we conscious people like to say is slackness and this and that. But we ourselves, we kind of love think about too much of this money making thing instead of putting out the message. Because I can tell you this. I might not be monetarily rich as some other people, but I can tell you the Almighty God provide for me. You know what I mean? Me not hungry, my children, them I go school and them I do well.
Nice.
You know, I say, we go through the thing, but God provide. You see me, I say, a couple of years ago, me never know some would have a 2-story house. You know,
a 2-story?
Yeah.
Yes, man, you have to go on Instagram, boys.
So nature big a thing now. What,
no, man.
You go ahead, good enough.
No,
you go like that now, go ahead. 2-story?
Yeah, man.
Without stair elevator upon it, not true?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet. No, but the thing about it, you know.
Yeah.
Just a couple of years ago, you know, I used to live in my car and enough people don't know, you know.
Oh my gosh.
I used to sleep in a halfway tree in my car for 2 hours, then drive go across road, sleep in there for 2 hours, then drive go 3 miles and sleep in there for 2 hours, so that nobody don't know say I sleep in my car. You see me?
Wow.
One night, me nearly go over a precipice, you know, because
you're tired.
All right, some hard rain a fall, and I'm up on the road, and I say, when me I go sleep in the night, and I turn now on dirt road. Dark dirt road. And when I go so boom, I pull up and park and brought back my seat and sleep. You see me wake up in the morning. If me did go a couple inches more up, straight over the gully, would have gone.
So what had happened? The rain washed with the road or what?
No, it was a gully. But
you did park close.
Right, but because it's dark. So I should show you so sometime you see a man with a little thing you don't know him go through. You see me?
So true.
Wow.
And I end up sell that car when me get the little place to buy. Because I'm short of some money. So I sell the car in order to make up by the little place. And then I start work on the place little by little. So till, you know, I go first floor. I said to my sister, I say, you know, I go second floor. My sister say, I say, well, God, I go provide. I tell her, I just every mickle make a muckle. So why I say these things, you know?
Inspiring.
Me say trying man, you know, from them time.
Trying man, yeah.
I say these things just because somebody out there feel like say him have to go do certain things to achieve a roof over them head. But I can tell her this, Virgin, me see my mother and father buy 2 length of steel, 2 cement. Them little partner and them thing there. I can tell them my mother and father have a couple tenants well now.
Then
you see me? So we have to teach you them the right way. You can just tell them say, yo, if you have to jump and do it big one time. Because there was a point, you know, where me feel like me I wait for this big money, you know.
And you can do everything one time.
Right, and then when I time now I was talking about Marcus Garvey, there was a time also when me believe say certain people ain't gonna make it happen. You understand? But you have to understand, say, listen me, we have to know ourselves. And know, say, listen me, every man get 24 hours a day. You understand what I say? And the race is not for the swift, but who can endure.
And what you do in your 24.
Right, and you have a thing. Yeah.
You know, Nature, like listening to you tell us your story and highlighting some of the struggles and the hardships that you have endured. When we see you on stage, like when you sing your songs, when you're performing live, or even if it's a recording, like you exude so much passion. Would you say some of your songs that we hear now, like Trying Man and World Peace and so many others?
Freedom.
Did you create these songs when you were going through your hardship? And how are you able to just let out that passion in the music without overwhelming people, but allow us to connect and kind of feel what the song is about?
You see, experience is the thing.
True.
You have a lot of people sing from their lips, but they don't really sing from experience and from them heart. And so them don't really have no conviction. You know? A man just goes to home and him say, my ear said that, you know, but we walk the road.
Yes.
You understand how we say we walk the road and know how it feels. So when we go out there, we go represent. We not just a represent because we are trying to get a girl, or we are trying to bust the place, or we are trying to achieve certain types of vanity thing. When me I sing about my thing them, we are sing about it for really encourage people, and we are, you know, it's how it come from the heart. And once it come from the heart, you go feel it.
It's going to resonate.
You got to. It's no try because everything is a frequency, you know. You understand what I say? So,
you know, when I hear talk about living in your car and talking about, you know, the projections that you made for yourself and you gradually grow, these things now must help the music. When you can talk the way you talk, you mentioned about experience. But, you know, it's just like a lot of big stars out there. Some people don't realize where they start from. I'm just thinking of even a Steve Harvey, who lived in his car too for maybe 4 years or longer. And he's not one of the wealthiest out there now because he had to go through the steps. And look at you now.
Yeah, man, me have to give thanks, my friend, because...
You have AC in the house? Look at time hot.
Most definitely.
What?
But I'm going to give you a joke now. But let me give you a joke. I'm going to show you how... Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You see, I'm in Kingston most of the time, you know, because, to be honest, a lot of people even think me as a Kingstonian. To all long they are Kingston. You see,
that is true, yeah.
But the reality, me reach a point now where I'm just a Jamaican.
Right.
You understand what I say? Because if I say I come from Mobile, they must say the second city.
Right.
And if I sing a song trying, man, I say took a trip from the country, they must say, yo, Mobile no country, which is, me understand.
Yeah, because everybody at Kingston talk anyway, all Mobile them are all country.
Right. But
it's
you see right now,
it's a city.
we are just Jamaicans.
That is
me don't want to miss the trailer thoughts, but sometimes I kind of skip when this, the most I talk to me. So we want to let them say, look there, we are all Jamaicans and we just need to live good. We need to do better. The crime and the violence and all them things there. You don't know me I say, it not going to put you nowhere. You see me I say, yes, we have to defend ourselves, but we have to defend righteousness. We have to do some things which make sense in a demo time. You see me I say, so Marcus Garvey celebration.
Yes.
Me I tell them say, please, you have YouTube, you have Google, you have all these things. Just don't use if you just do like a passa and something there. Yes, it's entertaining, but you don't have to understand, say, we have to have some substance along with all of that. We have to know Marcus Garvey, because the truth is, if I say Marcus Garvey to certain people right now, some youths, I tell about it's tough. Them don't know. And it sounds strange. I say, what nation is that talk about?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Today, right now, in a Jamaica, you say Marcus Garvey. Even when a man say, yeah, me hear about Marcus Garvey, I mean, but them not really know.
True.
What it meant. And how much it influenced the world. How much it influenced people like even Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and all, Louis Farrakhan, and all these people, you know what I mean? And nations.
Can you relate to something that Marcus Garvey said or did that has inspired you personally?
Well, the UNIA.
There you go.
Zine, because, what you know, this man I make you know, say, listen, we as a people have to understand, say, we have to be strong.
Yes.
And in order for us to be strong, we have to be united.
Definitely. Power in the people.
Zine, so a nation that don't realize it, well, if you don't know yourself,
we lost.
Lost.
Zine, so at the end of the day, my people, unity is strength, and we have to pull together to make any change.
But you know what, Nature, listening to you is like you're exuding like a level of discipline and understanding for some heights, right? Because here it is, you're talking about going through the hardships, still maintaining being a cultural artist, like you're not diverting from that, because we have seen where a lot of cultural entertainers bow under the pressure. What exactly keeps Nature grounded and true to the mission?
You see, this is going to sound weird to some people. I don't go to much funeral, but the few that I went to, I've always find myself in a trance whenever I'm at a funeral. I don't go to much funeral. I don't really like them.
I like them either.
But whenever a family member, for example, or a close friend or whoever, associate, I go to a funeral, I always think, and it always come to my mind that, listen, who are we? We are very important, but at the same time, we are just passing through this world. See, we have to overstand, say, for example, when I tell us, say, I sell my car.
Yeah.
After I sell the car, what do you expect me to do? Now what me I want?
Exactly.
Remember say after me do world peace, that you know. Remember say before me even do world peace. Remember say before me even go down south, me I travel Europe, Australia.
That's true.
All over the world. See? And then now they down south, then me do world peace, me do Trine Man, me do revolution. And after that, all of these things, me end up homeless, me end up living in my car, me end up sell my car, me end up a walk, and enough people say, I'm telling you, he mash down. But you have to be more than just what people have to say about you.
Live for people.
You have to know what the sacrifice you are making to make your life better.
Yes.
And you have to and you have to understand, you have to respect where you're coming from.
Definitely.
In order to respect where you're going, because a lot of people don't understand that some things in life happen not because people want to do something wrong to you, because the Almighty is the real architect, not that man who you think did this or did that. Sometimes you need to turn back and thank them, because sometimes if you didn't go through certain things, you wouldn't know how to stand on your own.
True.
You understand what I say? You want to get back to that self-reliance. You understand what I say?
I always say there's opportunity in adversity.
Yes, so we have to give thanks, Virgin, and sometimes, as I say, you're not going to know yourself until certain things happen. But sometimes you already know yourself, but me learn something. This is very important. Now listen this now. Having the knowledge of something is not necessarily the end of it. You have to have the discipline to follow through.
And consistency.
Because at one point, when me about to sell my car, when I get a little place, one little place where some people start and them say they no bother one do they again and
right.
In my mind, I say, what the people am I go think when them see me I walk up and down again and me not no car, not even a bicycle. And the thing about it, sometimes I pass some people I'm here, me know them a talk about me. Me know them a say.
You know it go
why? But guess what? The truth is,
you have your mission.
I am not thinking about no. You see, Usain Bolt, no one remember when Usain Bolt, when them used to call him Rusty Bolt, Them remember when him start achieve the thing them and the thing them are up man, all these great things. So we have to understand. You know why I tell them story? Most artists want me know say this. Them now come talk or me talk now. But more have to make the people them know say, Virgin, there's a little youth somewhere listening like we used to listen to IRFM and listen, the interview.
You're still listening, yes.
Yeah, I'm still listening, but I mean like, especially when I was a much younger youth.
Yeah.
And used to listen to other people who inspire me. Then watch all the Jimmy Cliff movie and I see how Jimmy Cliff same come at town and Ray and
how
them,
they come.
So you see, people are not really inspired by all the glitzer and the glamour. People need to know the truth to understand that. Look here, you see that youth there out there, so if you see Nature Ellis buy a beam and the Benz and all these nice things and have one nice house, nobody feel like it does happen so bridging.
Yeah.
It's real sacrifice. There was one point when I buy a pair of shoes for about 2 years. Me just take care of my thing them, wipe off that one, make sure it put on as me take it off much o'clock at night, me come home, me wash off the dirt and put it down. Put it all in a bag.
That's why it lasts a long time. Regular shoes know that pop off in a couple weeks.
When I say that, my friends, sometimes they want to buy an extra shirt or a pants and them thing, but more time you have to switch it up and nobody even realize you're the same thing you wear for 1 year straight. When I say the same thing, don't mean like it's the same shirt, but you switch it round. Sometimes you put on some clothes and wear it for a while and whap it back.
And it look brand new.
Me I taught them thing people because you see, a lot of people are just artists. Them are just artists. I am a person. You get me? I say a lot of people make the mistake and don't understand so they are a person before them even people know them as an artist.
Right.
So they don't know how to to be themselves. Them think being an artist is all about themselves. That's just a percentage. So now if you know, so now if still sacrificing themselves, that's why I'm worried about artists because of boom and they make millions. Way more than me, but them not have a one room put on right now. And I can tell you this, me not make peace of what some people make.
Not what you have, is what you do with it.
Right.
How much you
Not
earn.
only that too, because if you don't have a vision and you don't have a mission, you don't have a plan, and you're not dedicated and committed, and you don't know yourself or where you want to go, you're in problems. You will continuously have problems.
Let me go to the next bigger joke to the audience now. Listen. So what I'm telling you, say about 3 years now, my house finish up. Like upstairs, downstairs finish. And what I'm telling you, say about 3 times if so much me sleep on my yard.
I believe you.
Me not no time for living at the house. Me say rent out the whole house, Virgin. What me I live in there for? Me not live which one the house bill?
Yeah.
Me not live there, so me can't live there, so at town me have to live.
Right.
Kingston, me
you rent out the house.
Me rent it out. Me need that rent.
Of course.
Because I guess
income.
Then remember say me have some some brilliant children,
Right.
So if me wake up and me say, I feel like me not really want to can't touch it nice studio, me not to touch out on the road and then I show that month. So you know, me call it the rent and we go to all when I'm youth them. Or two of me youth them, or three of me youth them when we collect the rent.
Multiple income
So
streams.
me youth them
Passive income.
Because me not think about me. If it was just about me not living there, I'm going with foolishness. My daughter them and my daughter them I believe for.
Exactly.
You see me I say, so sometimes we have to think. It's not about the hype and the ray and the blade. You see, for me, can find a bed to sleep and it's comfortable and my sheet clean and my pillow clean and my ground clean. And
you're good.
And me good. And when me live, nobody now can walk in and that's so.
Yeah.
But still good. When I say this to people, I repeat it again. There's someone out there right now what they might get an offer. But them need to sell a car. Then they might be out of a car for 6 months, maybe a year. But the thing that what they going to do, it will last for a lifetime.
Right.
We have to make them decisions. We have to make decisions.
Sacrifices.
Bigger decision than the name
Think
brand.
long term.
Bigger decision than the name brand boot that will come out on the shirt. There. Because the richest people them want me meet in a life.
They know where they something there.
Them trust me, virgin. A realness.
Simplicity.
Yes, and me a nature. So guess what? Me is a man, I make sure me can eat leaf,
Yeah, you did that.
Like me just pop down
you have done that on stage, nature. I think a lot of your fans know that.
And so it's very important if you can live a certain simple life, Bridget, and don't get carried away. Me is a man, me still like my cornmeal porridge, and them thing them like my Cersei tea. A morning time, I like the mint tea, the bush from out the door and the ray and the ray. I have some people right now, my friend. No disrespect to any brand, but if them don't eat KFC or Burger King for the week, them say them life are the hardest. They must suffer and nothing and go on.
Wow.
So this is the type of things I have to say respect to my mother and father.
Yes.
I love them. Yo, the more I grow, the more I realize that I have the best mother and father. Because when sometimes them say, yo, I actually like a part, because I used to have some bridging. All right. My house was a little place when I grew up in. Then, I used to have some bridging where I did kind of jealous of them, not realizing it, not presumptuously. But probably in my mind when I was growing up, I say, all right, my friend them all while have big box lunch and sometimes I don't get to buy the big box lunch. My mother and father say, come home for lunch. It was near enough, but to some people that would be far, but come home for lunch in the middle day. Drink some porridge, sometime a rice or mackerel at the lunch, And we walk, go back to school, And some is feel away like my friend them I live better life and ray, and But my mother and father at that time was making a little sacrifice in order to pay some little partner and build up the house. So them they build take time buy one block and couple block and couple one length of steel and do them thing. When I grew up now, so my friend them used to have in some house and I feel like why I feel them.
Right.
Nothing is wrong with renting. You understand me? I say because we all are gonna pass and a 6'6" the body are gonna go.
Right.
Seeing so we not gonna bring no you all go nowhere. No matter how your house big and all these things. So that's not the point we're making. But my mother and father was making a sacrifice to have something that in case anything happen, them have a place to lay them in. And not only
call them own.
Right. So what happened now, when I grew up now and I realized those houses was not my friend's house,
Look at that.
A lot of them, my friends know, when them in a certain, them have to end up try to build a house for their mother. Them have try to build a house for them father. End up in another situation there. Right now, the more